Hey everyone, it's Judy, the Body Confidence Coach, and welcome to Body Confident Friday. Today I want to talk about food shaming and what to do about it if you are on the receiving end of it. Now, food shaming is when someone judges your food choices, maybe commenting on your food choices and making you feel ashamed of them. Now, sadly, I frequently get emails and comments on my blog from people who have been victims of food shaming. And the food shamers are typically family members who are saying things like, "Haven't you had enough to eat already?" Or, "You're not going to eat that, are you?" Or, "You're eating again?" Now, if you have been food shamed, I know it is not nice. Food shaming can leave you feeling embarrassed, ashamed, guilty, or unworthy. So what can you do to address food shaming and boost your body image after a food shaming attack? Well, I've got 3 different strategies for you to try. So first of all, remember that food has no morals. You are not a bad person if you like eating cake, and you are certainly not a saint if you just happen to enjoy kale. So right now, affirm to yourself that what you eat does not define your worth. Secondly, food shaming always says more about the person doing the shaming than it does you. So like any negative or unkind comments about your body or the way that you eat, they always reveal more about the person who is making those comments. And food shaming is about the other person's insecurities and fears around food, eating, and weight. You know, it's more than likely that the person who is doing the shaming is scared to eat certain foods, or maybe they restrict their food intake because they are scared of weight gain. Thirdly, it is okay to call someone out on food shaming. You know, you don't have to put up with comments about what or how much you are eating. Your food choices aren't anyone else's concern. So how you deal with a food shamer will really depend on who they are and if the food shaming is persistent or not. But I've got 2 different approaches for you to try. So the first approach is to be clear about your right to be hungry or to crave certain foods. So say the food shaming is maybe a one-off and it comes from someone that you don't know that well. It could perhaps be a work colleague, and they decide to comment on what or how often you're eating. So you might just say, "Gosh, I'm really hungry right now," or "I've got such a craving for X," whatever that food is, and leave it at that. Don't try to justify your choices beyond simply responding to the natural hunger and craving signals that your body is giving you. The second approach is to assertively ask persistent food shamers to stop. So if you have been on the receiving end of food shaming by a serial offender, now is the time to ask them to stop. Do so assertively by saying something like, "When you make comments about what or how much I eat, I feel really uncomfortable. I don't need to justify my food choices to anyone, and I'm politely asking that you stop making these comments." Now, if the offender refuses to see your point of view, or maybe they just don't stop the comments, you then have to decide if you want to stop seeing that person, if that's an option for you, or to restrict the amount of time that you spend around them. You know, food shaming is definitely not okay, so don't stand for it. And if we want to create a culture that isn't diet obsessed and fat phobic, we all need to call others out when we see food shaming happening. Plus, don't forget to examine your own behaviour to make sure that you're not engaging in food shaming. Now, I would love to hear from you if you have ever been food shamed, how it made you feel, and also what you did, if anything, about it. So please do leave me a comment below. That's all I've got for you for this time. Until next time, I will see you then. Goodbye.